Thank you for joining us today for Cape Chronicle. I'm Audrey Kane. The Cape Girardeau Fire Department is building a new fire station and recently drove 6 new trucks into town. We have Fire Chief Rick Ennis on the show today to talk about how the public safety tax supports fire and rescue services. The Arrow, the student newspaper of Southeast Missouri State University, received the top Missouri Division I College Newspaper Award at the MCMA Conference. We have Dr. Tamara Buck, the faculty advisor, and Kara Hartnett, the newly selected editor of the Arrow, to tell us about this achievement. And our last segment today will focus on upcoming events at the Southeast River campus. Assistant Director Robert Churchio will share about the new and fascinating productions that will arrive on stage and more. That's all ahead on Cape Chronicle.
Whether it's for business or just a getaway, Cape Air is your wings in the Midwest. Cape Air serves 6 destinations, including Kirksville, Quincy, Fort Leonard Wood, Cape Girardeau, Marion, and Owensboro. Fly from Cape Girardeau to St. Louis with fares starting at just $49 each way. With easy connections through Lambert St. Louis International Airport, Cape Air connects you to the Midwest and the world. Book today at capeair.com or call 800-CAPE-AIR and enjoy the ride.
Welcome to Cape Chronicle. I'm Audrey Kane. Cape's firefighters are extremely important to the safety of our city. They are there for emergencies and to help the citizens of Cape Girardeau. Chief Ennis has come by to talk with us today. Thanks for coming by. It's so good to see you.
Always my pleasure.
Well, and I know that your department has experienced some improvements over the past year. A lot of really great improvements are still in the works, and I thought perhaps we would go and visit some of the stations and see some of the trucks that you all have been bringing into the fold. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video.
Okay. This is Fire Station 1, our headquarters station at Sprague and Independence. This is the lobby. We just were able to remodel the lobby and make it more secure, and unfortunately in the world we live in today, security is an issue. This is the kitchen. This station was built in 1981, and we recently made some upgrades to the kitchen, new paint, new formica. That's a table that the crews built themselves. Just wonderful work that they've done. They're taking a little pride and ownership in as we remodel. The new TV room, the lounge, where firefighters spend a part of their 24-hour shift. We used to have gang showers, gang bathrooms like the old military barracks, and now we have individuals. Now this is an example of one of our 4 new fire engines, and this is engine 1 that just went in service recently. This is one of 6 fire trucks that we were able to purchase because of the fire tax. And you're just looking at some of the components to it, some of the components, some of the modern technology that is incorporated with this new fire truck. Everything is more electronic nowadays. We don't just buy new trucks to buy new trucks. We do want to keep them in service. We want to keep them reliable and up to date, but just like anything else, technology changes. One of the new technologies on the fire trucks, which I'll obviously talk about in a minute, this is also a new building, a new facility. This is what we call the Fire Station 2 Annex, which is a new maintenance storage building, and right now it's being used to store all the new fire trucks while they're being put in service. You'll see here shortly our mechanic, when the new trucks come in, all the tools and equipment have to be mounted in the compartments, all the hose has to be transferred from the old apparatus onto the new apparatus, the radios have to be installed. So it takes a while for the trucks to get actually placed in service, and plus the firefighters are doing a lot of training to, just like when you buy a new car, some of the switches are moved and it handles a little differently, so we're doing some driver training. Here the mechanic is doing some alterations already on the truck to make some of the equipment fit. They did a great job ahead of time making sure this stuff all fit, but as always, there's some little idiosyncrasies that need to be corrected. This is the new ladder truck right here that'll be stationed at Fire Station 1. It's a 100-foot hydraulic ladder truck. And this is the new technical rescue, heavy rescue truck that we're actually replacing a 1987 beverage vehicle that was donated to the department several years ago. But this is a truck that's designed specifically for heavy rescue, technical rescue, which is anything that somebody can be entrapped in. Those are some pull-out tool boards. Pretty soon there'll be an array of tools mounted on those boards that the crews can pull out on the scene. Again, this goes to building collapses, water rescues, trench collapses, confined space, high angle rescue, just anything, grain bins, anything that somebody can get trapped in. And again, this is the interior shot of the maintenance storage building. 2 bays will be used for maintenance and 2 bays for storage.
Now, some of those trucks, like you said, there's a lot more upgraded electronics, but it gives you the opportunity to respond to things that maybe you all were not equipped to respond to before. You were talking about that technical rescue.
Well, we were equipped to respond to technical rescues, but with older vehicles and everything was spread out. We had some equipment stored in trailers that had to be towed. With pickup trucks and like I said, the old beverage vehicle that had a top speed of about 40 miles an hour. So now we're being able to consolidate a lot of the equipment on that rescue truck, and it's certainly designed for that purpose. It's not a makeshift vehicle. So.
And I'm sure that gives the fire responders a much more higher level, or I should say a higher level of confidence in their materials.
Confidence, it makes us more effective and efficient. We operate on the principles of pride, performance, and professionalism. So obviously gives the crews more pride when they go out into the public. We just recently went down to Donovan to help with water rescues. When you get into the technical rescue and the hazardous materials, we're part of a regional response team. So we're taking that Cape Girardeau name out into the entire region. So it gives us some pride. It does enhance our ability to perform more effectively, more efficiently. And we are a very professional department, but it just raises that professionalism a little bit higher.
You mentioned that you're doing some training with those. Has it changed some of the protocols and the training that goes into using the equipment? Is it more detailed?
It hasn't really changed much of the protocols. Again, like I referenced, an average person who buys a new vehicle knows that everything's just in a different location. The new vehicle handles a little bit differently. So that's what the guys have to get used to. One of the probably biggest changes for this round of vehicles is we actually have hybrid fire trucks now, in the fact that obviously they're powered by large diesel engines, 500 horsepower diesel engines down the road, or if they're pumping a lot of water. But if they're just on the scene at idle, it switches over to a small diesel generator. The diesel engine actually shuts itself off after 5 minutes of idling, and it goes into this generator mode, which uses far less diesel fuel off of the truck and puts out far less emissions. So we're pretty excited about getting data back after a year to see how much fuel we save.
I can tell that you're just as excited as probably some of the kids that'll come out and see them, because I know y'all are going to be showing them.
Well, firemen are just big kids anyway. So. well, now a little bit more responsible, but definitely excited about sometimes
the new equipment. And you will be taking them out for the public to see them.
Absolutely. Once we get the apparatus in full service. We will plan, and we have not picked a date yet, but we will plan a time or maybe a couple times where we'll have public showings of the apparatus, maybe in a park, for the kids to come out. And we certainly want to show our gratitude to the community, to our tax payers and supporters who voted in the fire tax that make these upgrades possible.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming to chat with us.
Well,
today.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Appreciate it. We've been talking with Cape Girardeau Fire Chief Rick Ennis. Coming up next, we have both Dr. Tamara Buck and Kara Hartnett. Stay tuned for more of Cape Chronicle.
The following is a public service announcement test to determine if you need a fishing license and boat registration before you head out on the water. Let us begin. Are you your own boat? Is this your idea of fishing with friends? Do you want this in your favorite lake? Ick. Regardless how you answered, you need to be licensed and registered. Do your part at takemefishing.org.
There's more to history than books. At Southeast Missouri State, we're getting our hands dirty and preserving history. Our classrooms are museums, homes, and historic sites. Because the past can teach us so much more when it can be touched. We're preparing for the future, because to know where you're going, you must know where you've been.
Through the years, trends and styles may come and go, but the important things remain the same. Generation after generation, consistently there, creating moments and memories to last a lifetime. Like a true friend, the national parks have always been there for you, and now, you can be there for them. Support the National Park Foundation and help protect America's treasured places.
Welcome back to this edition of Cape Chronicle. Our local university newspaper has been recognized as the top Division I college newspaper in Missouri, along with a variety of other awards. And we have Dr. Tamara Buck and editor Kara Hartnett with us to talk about the Arrow's accomplishments. What a proud accomplishment for a university in Missouri to be able to say, we're number one. We're number one as far as the newspaper goes. Kara and Dr. Buck, how does that make you all feel? Not only as the faculty, but as the students.
Well, I'd say definitely Missouri. Mizzou kind of stands out as the journalism school, but it's really awesome to say that at CMO we have the number one newspaper. So I just think it speaks a lot about our program as a whole. It's just really exciting.
Agreed. As a product of the program, I feel the same way. Dr. Buck, so I was there in that very first meeting when Rust Communications came in and said, we want to help take over. We want to help improve this newspaper. What have you seen as far as growth in how long has that been? Four, 5?
It's been 6 years now.
6 years,
6
wow.
years.
Okay, so how does that make you feel to know, looking back 6 years ago and what the paper has accomplished now?
Oh, I'm ecstatic because we remain a student-run newspaper, which is very important to me. But we have the professional assistance, you know, in addition to our curriculum enhancements that we have, and I think those two things really work well to give the students a great learning experience. They're learning on the job, and there are standards that they have to meet, and they meet those standards every time.
Well, and when you say learning on the job, I mean they literally have created an entirely new facility specifically for the Arrow and the students and faculty to utilize, and really state-of-the-art podcasts. You know, I just watched one the other day with Rachel Long where she's talking about What's Up SEMO.
Right.
And so through that experience, Kara, how have you seen your journalism and the students around you, because you have a lot of classmates that contribute, have you seen that grow?
It's definitely taken it to the next level with professionalism. Being next to the Southeast Missourian is awesome. Like, we just had a special edition that we've been conducting all year, and we literally got to work hand in hand with Missourian, the editor, Bob Miller, John Rust, everybody, and it's really awesome to have them right next door because they can just stop by anytime we need an issue. Really moving from the basement of Growl to the new Rust Center for Media, it's just really given us so many more options than we had. So, and it's just in a much more professional setting as well, so it raises the bar a little bit.
Makes you feel like you're already doing the adult version, the grown-up outside world. Well, speaking, you mentioned that special edition. So the special edition came out around the accounting for assault on campus, right? Yes. And you were a part of that investigation? So without going into too much detail, because I really want people to go online and read the story.
Me too.
It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
And the presentation of it, I have to applaud you for, because it is very detailed and amazing. Tell us exactly how that started and what it's about.
Right, so it's about the prevalence and the complexities of sexual assault on Southeast campus. I was the lead reporter for it, and it came up because At the time, I was the chapter president of my sorority, and there were multiple girls in my new member class, so just in one pledge class, that said they had already been sexually assaulted on campus in just the half a semester they were here. So I think the number that I heard about was 7 out of the 50 girls in a pledge class. So that really just like hit me as like something's wrong, because we had earlier done an article on sexual assault on campus, and the statistics that are just given out were saying like there was only 7 per year. So it was just so strange to me. So we just dove into an investigation on that. We had a lot of interviews with the administration of the university, a lot of interviews with victims of sexual assault. But yeah, it was a really awesome experience, and I learned so much as a journalist during it.
Well, it was fabulously presented, and what you just said about a lot of interviews with the victims themselves, I was surprised when I went through what's posted online through the Southeast Aero site, that they opened up so much to you.
Oh yeah.
That they were so open, and it wasn't just females, it was males as well, telling their stories, not just their on-campus stories, but their backgrounds as well. How did you all get them to do that?
Well, a lot of them have already come out to campus, and Red Hawks Rising, it's an amazing organization that's been really advocating towards victims for sexual assault. But really the more amazing thing is the post, like how many people we've had come to us after we released the series. So I've had so many people like messaging me, like finding me, being like, listen, thank you so much. This happened to me too. And so we're having a lot of post-series reporting going on right now. Behind the scenes, we have a lot more people coming out saying that they've been sexually assaulted, they want to tell their story, and I think it's really, it's truly amazing.
Well, and as the advisor, the faculty advisor for the staff, when they brought this to you, how did you address it as far as following up with, you know, the chain of command?
Yes. Well, the Arrow is a student-run paper, and we keep emphasizing that. So when they said that we want to follow up on this, my role as advisor was really to provide some guidance and some structure. Kara got a crash course in media law, yeah. And she was able to talk to professionals through the Student Press Law Center, the Missouri Press Association. We connected her with lawyers who could address how do you go about obtaining university-held records, and then mining that, and not just obtaining it, but how do you understand it after you get it. It was a great opportunity to learn on the job again and to do some really in-depth reporting. This was not go attend an event, come back and tell everybody what happened. This was finding the right people to talk to, multiple interviews with people who might be a little defensive. Even if they're not doing anything wrong, there's this idea that we are the custodians, and we are doing the best we can with the process that exists. And this was really a study about the process, I think, more than, there's no accusation against the university. It's about how do you report this sensitive issue, and how do you deal with it on the university side as well as on the press side. So I think everyone learned a little bit from them being courageous enough to go after the topic.
Well, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, because it tells very clearly how the university has been approaching it, and I have a feeling that there are a lot of changes to be made and will come out of you all shining a light on this issue, and that brings the press even higher up as far as standards go. You're setting a high bar. So I look forward to seeing more, and because people can visit the Southeast Aero online, they don't have to pick up a paper copy, they can also read it digitally, and I think there's a lot more to come from Kara and her classmates, and I know you know all about communications law, Dr. Buck, so I look forward to seeing them really shining over the next few years. Thank you. Thank you both so much for coming in. Fascinating story. You can check it out on Southeast Aero online. Tamara Buck, Kara Hartnett for joining us. Thank you so much. And we will hear from Robert Turchio on new productions at the Southeast River campus next on Cape Chronicle.
healthy smile is a powerful thing. It deserves Delta Dental, the nation's leading dental benefits provider. We make it easy to protect your smile and keep it healthy.
Hackers are brilliant. At Southeast Missouri State, our students are better. We're 4-time Missouri cyber defense champs, constantly learning new languages to protect and defend real-world threats. Our cybersecurity program was the first of its kind in Missouri. Our faculty are industry professionals. And did we mention 100% of our grads get jobs? Tomorrow's threats? They may not be invented yet, but our students are ready.
I just walked by and I said, "What's happening, guys?" And they told me they were making music.
The way you walk is the way you talk. I like this music.
They said I could play, so any chance to play at all. You know, that's my life. I love music.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
This is Cape Chronicle, and I'm Audrey Kane. Have you been wondering what events or productions are coming up to see at the River Campus? We'll hear about what's been happening at this department from Assistant Director Robert Cherchio. I love the River Campus. It's one of our favorite places to come, and I know you must enjoy working there.
I get to go there every day, so it's it's a lot of fun. It's very nice.
Well, this summer the annual River Campus Summer Arts Festival is coming on Saturday, June 17th.
That's correct.
What time does it run?
It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning and goes all day till 5 in the evening, and it's just there's just too much to do. We could spend an hour talking about it.
Well, we can. No, we don't have that much
do
time.
that
But
okay.
First off, let's jump in real quick. Who helps host this arts festival?
It's a community effort, and I'm going to have to take my glasses off to read my notes because I hesitate to do this because I'm going to leave somebody out. But there's so many people that help.
They'll
with
understand.
It. Drury Hotels, the City of Cape Park and Recreation, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, U.S. Bank is one of our big supporters every year, the Isle Casino, Drury Hotels, and a host of others.
Well, and the Arts Council.
And the Arts Council, yes, the Arts Council of Southeast Missouri.
I know that they help a lot with events that are arts related on campus, but if someone has never attended before, what type of activities happen? Because this is a family type event.
Yes, it's an all-day family event, and again, it's a festival, so it's a celebration, and it's very much arts oriented. So there are live productions. There's an entertainment stage. We have the Jerry Ford combo is going to be playing. Jerry's one of our big supporters at the River Campus.
Absolutely.
And he has lined up all kinds of entertainment. Plus, we have the visual arts. We have exhibits at the Crisp Museum. We have their Explorer, which is a portable museum which goes all over Southeast Missouri.
Very colorful bus. You see it driving around.
And it's got a Native American exhibit for the festival. Let's see, KGMO is going to be there playing music as well. We have Dexter Queen food truck's going to be there, and Kona Ice, which is you can't tear me away from Kona Ice.
No.
And Chartwell's has food in 2 different locations this year, so it's we've got that covered. We have art activities for kids.
I know there's one specifically that I'm interested in because I absolutely love playing with chalk.
Yes, that's called the Avenue of Art, and that is on the south side of the Cultural Arts Center, and you can come and you are given chalk and you can create your own chalk art for the day.
And that's kind of a little competition, isn't it? Isn't there a contest, sort of?
Sort of, kind of, but it's a friendly contest.
Okay, all right, nothing cutthroat.
It's from 4-year-olds to 42-year-olds.
Oh, well, make it 84-year-olds.
All right,
and then
okay.
We've got
Well, that'll include me then.
All right, so in addition to that, there's also going to be some artist booths where they display their artwork.
We invite many area artists to come and display their artworks, and they can do it all day. There's everything at this festival is free. You do not have to pay to have an art booth. You can now you have to be judged in. It has to be, this is art.
Okay.
And so we're not hosting crafts so much,
Okay.
you know, that you would see at a little crafts fair, but this is a fine arts festival. And in addition to all of those, we have on the day of the festival 2 performances of Dear Edwina Jr., which is a young person's show. Those are free that day. If you come the Friday before the festival, you have to buy a ticket. If you come the day of the festival, you get to see Dear Edwina Jr. for free.
Oh, that's fantastic. And
Yes.
then there's a couple of other productions.
There are our productions run from about the 14th and 15th of June through the end of June, and there's 8 or 9 or 10 performances in that area, and they're all over the map, so I'm not going to try to give you a list of times, but we are also, during that time period, doing the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is an absolutely hysterical show. And then we're also doing Greater Tuna, which is another. We're calling it a festival of fun this year because and even Dear Edwina Jr., they're all very, very fun comedic programs. So
there are also some high school programs and then some jazz programs as well.
We
right?
have all kinds of clinics and camps over the summer. So each one of those does a presentation. Percussion, I believe we're getting a steel drum. This is still coming together. So you know, so I believe we're getting steel drums. But we also have jazz and vocal performances. We have storytelling in the Arts Resource Center, which we call the ARC.
Well, we said we could talk for an hour.
We could.
But we're running out of time.
And we
so
did it.
I want them to check the River Campus website.
Yes.
And then also call you.
It's
so they can find out.
rivercampus.org.
Okay.
And the number is 573-651-2265.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob
Thank
Turkio.
you.
This has been an update about the events at CMO's Southeast River Campus. We'd like to thank all of our guests today for their contributions and to you for joining us for Cape Chronicle. This is a program that is a collaboration between the Department of Mass Media at Southeast Missouri State University and the City of Cape Girardeau. Our executive producer is Dr. Jim Dufek. I'm Audrey Kane. Thanks for watching.